let's talk about one specific stock today on the banking side, that is HDFC Bank. Now, that has actually disappointed the investors over the past 2 years, and that was mainly due to the underperformance that we saw coming in. Now, the FIIs favorite saw a massive slump during COVID and actually hasn't recovered quite strongly yet. So, it is the right time. Is it the right time to actually buy this? Let's go across to Hersh, who is joining in with us with the amazing analysis that he's done. Hersh, take it away and give us all the insights that you have on HDFC Bank.
Thanks, Vinny. So earlier this week, HDFC Bank fell 25% from its 52-week high. Now that is an important data point because that has happened only twice over the last 15 to 17 years when we look at it. The first time around was during the global financial crisis of 2008-9 when the stock fell roughly 50% plus. The only subsequent point of time was during the COVID crisis when the stock again fell almost 40% plus. So what is happening at the moment, and for that let's try and understand what the shareholding looks like and how the shareholding has moved this time around. When we look at the sellers, the key sellers have been FIIs who have sold around, if you look at it, 232 bips down. Their holding was around 39.79%. That's down to around 37.47% now. Surprisingly, even LIC has been a seller, shrinking its shareholding by around 100 bips or so. And when we look at the buyers, well, that has been mutual funds largely. They've bought in around 2%. But however, when you look at the difference, there's still a 1+% difference between the selling and the buying. And that's what's really happening. But when we look at valuations, the price to book currently looks extremely attractive. A 3.2 price to book is what the stock is trading at. The only lower point of time over the last 10 years is at 2.7, which is again during COVID. In the last 10 years, we've not seen these kind of valuations on HDFC Bank. Lastly, when we look at relative valuations, you look at the differential 5-year average of 3.8 times book versus 3.2 times book. Currently, it's way below par versus when we look at other banks where Kotak is concerned 5 to 4.9. And when we even look at an SBI, which is extremely attractive, 1.2 versus 1.3, 1.7 times book is the 5-year average for IndusInd Bank versus 1.4. So broadly, HDFC Bank looking quite attractive. Of course, the stock is up 10% since its 25% drop down, and largely driven by the almost 4% gains it's made today. But a 92% buy recommendation by analysts on the street, and price targets of 1500 to 2160 by Jefferies, offering a 50% upside for the stock even now.
Hersh, thank you so much for that interesting analysis. And surely, like you mentioned, 92% of the analysts are actually maintaining a buy target. So surely keeping focus on HDFC Bank.